No longer a background murmur. The presence in your mind builds to a roar.
We found it. The Absolute is behind this door.
You said it was under control.
It isn't you I answer to, Gortash.
Motherfucker! Gortash!
Oh, the general voice. Is this where we salute?
Salute, yes. With cleavers through his blood-starved flesh. How it crawls with failure. Like flies on lick-wet carrion.
You forget yourself, Orin. I have played my part.
You've built an army for our masters, true enough. But what of the astral prism? A rogue true soul, flaunting it under your nose all this time, and you ran from him.
Sure that they would follow and deliver it into my hands here. If you would cease these distractions.
The distractions have been yours, Ketherick. Perhaps we never should have dug your daughter up. So you haven't lost your edge. But you're still not as sharp as Orin, I wager. The Slayer against the Undying One. That'd be fun to see.
His crypt breath sings to my sinews. Again, 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 again. But he must lead the murder march to Baldur's grave.
If the weapon is truly in your grasp, Ketherick, might I suggest closing your fist? Orin and I can wait for you no longer. The plan proceeds. We're going to the city, and we expect you to follow. Army and the weapon in tow. The Edict of Bane!
The Lash of Thor!
The Testament of Merkel!
An elder brain. One of the cruelest and most powerful creatures in existence. Enslaved by mere mortals.
Look at that crown. It radiates with power unlike anything I've ever seen. To have it. To hold. Oh, if only I could. But I can't. This is it. I must do as Mystra commands. What choice do I have? More than just a goddess counts on my courage. Whole worlds hang in the balance. I do trust you. More than myself right now. Perhaps even more than Mystra. I have no desire to end your life, you know that. To end it. To struggle on. It is a grave choice you're making for us both. But if it must be so... very well. I'll stand down. To stand by you.
There we are. It wouldn't do to fight in front of our guests. Behold, Duke Ravengard. The Absolute.
Heaven preserve us.
You wag your word flap in vain, Alderling. Once the worm holds the whip, your shredded flesh will serve us.
Shit, no! Father!
Now, it's really time we were going. We will empty this place and begin the march. You may catch up with the army once you've retrieved the weapon. And Ketherick, do try not to sulk. You're supposed to be the fearsome general come to conquer the city. And I am the hero who will save it.
It is time, faithful ones. March on Baldur's Gate. We go to prepare the way.
С головы до пят. Исследовать все области колонии свежевателей разума. Часть Троицы. Выяснить, кому на самом деле служит Китерик. Убить Китерика Торма. Мы нашли Китерика и с ним баалистку по имени Арин и служителя Бэйна Гарташа. У каждого был один из 3 магических камней, которые, похоже, давали им власть над старшим мозгом и летидов. Погрузившись на наутилоид, Арин и Гарташ отправились с мозгом к вратам Балдура, а Китерика оставили разбираться с нами. Преследовать похитителей Рейвенгарда до врат Балдура. Великого герцога Рейвенгарда заразили элитидской личинкой и отправили во врата Балдура. Искать другой способ одолеть старший мозг. Мы нашли сердце Абсолют в недрах лунных башен. Оказалось, что это могущественный старший мозг, которым управляет нитирийская корона невероятной силы. Гейл твердо стоял на том, что взрывать сферу не нужно. Более того, похоже, его куда больше интересовала корона, венчавшая мозг. Дождаться, чтобы объявилась Мизора. За труды Мизора подарила Уиллу дьявольскую рапиру, хоть и не сразу. Вассалом Зариэль оказалась сама Мизора. В благодарность за помощь она обещала освободить Уилла от договора, но только через 6 месяцев. После этого она вновь пропала, но прежде пообещала, что скоро найдет нас. Преследовать похитителей Рейвенгарда до врат Балдура. Великого герцога Рейвенгарда заразили элитидской личинкой и сейчас перевозят во врата Балдура вместе с исполинским старшим мозгом. Найти безопасное место и поговорить с Карлах. Мы стали свидетелями встречи Гарташа, бича Бэйна, с Китериком Тормом. Карлах была шокирована.
No time for chat just now.
I have no time for small talk.
Now's not a good time.
Not a good
My
time.
hands are
I'm a
full.
bit busy at the moment. We'll talk later.
I'm a bit busy at the moment. We'll talk later.
Please, now's hardly the time.
There you are, as predicted. What is it, I wonder, that draws one toward death like a moth to light? You could have run away, absconded with the prism. The one thing that could prevent me from fulfilling my destiny. But the lure of one's destiny is irresistible, isn't it? Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A bright flash of clarity before the snuffing out. Finer champions than you have tried and failed. But perhaps they lacked the fear that drives you. Your freedom hanging in the balance. Let us speak plainly. My Lord Merkel gave me the one thing I desired, the one thing no other god could grant me. My daughter's life returned. Her heart beating once more. For that, he asked that I serve as his chosen. Join Orin and Gortash to grow the cult of the Absolute, and then take control of it. He's never had a more devoted follower. I have fought great wars before, in the service of other gods and other powers. But for Merkel, I would condemn all of Faerun to death. You are all that stands between me and my destiny. And you have brought the prism here. I will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant. Repent? Would that even be possible? Perhaps. No. There is no repentance. No release. My debt can never be repaid. He is here. He is watching. He is listening. He is...
The gods are watching me.
There you... Perhaps you hope to learn your place. will kill you now. And then I will raise you as my servant.
Perhaps.
Bring me into battle.
Victory awaits.
Consider my hackles raised. Enough circling. I go hunting.
Now you wear a face to match your soul, Oathbreaker.
I am its master. My lord, hear me. Nothing. I am forsaken. You have no idea what you've done. Isabel.
Now, we pick our way toward our fates, unleashed.
You have my sword, my fealty. Do what you must. Then we fly this foul place.
The Chosen of Merkel is dead. Permanently this time.
Ketheric's netherstone. It's in his armor. Take it.
Семьеубийство. Убить всех членов семьи Торма. Получить нитерийский камень Китерика Торма. Оказавшись в шаге от гибели, Китерик обернулся апостолом темного божества Миркула, но это ему не помогло. Теперь нужно обыскать его труп и забрать управляющий старшим мозгом нитерийский камень. Поискать мол в лунных башнях. Мы победили Китерика и увидели, как флотилия наутилоидов улетает во врата Балдура. Если мы не найдем мол в лунных башнях, возможно, она спряталась на одном из этих кораблей и с ними добралась до города. Найти безопасное место и поговорить с Карлах. Китерик Торм мертв, но Гарташ ускользнул и направился в город. Карлах этого так не оставит.
In death, the body is cooling, but energy radiates from the stone.
Remarkable. Truly. And now the picture comes together. The Absolute is neither God nor man. It is the Elder Brain you saw, held here by those three against its will. The crown it wears controls it, and these stones control the crown. It has been dominated. To master an Elder Brain, to subdue it. Our enemies are formidable. A temporary reprieve, but a welcome one. With a brain on its way to the city, its influence here is weakened. The crown's markings suggest it was forged in Netheril, an ancient empire whose mastery over magic rivaled that of the gods. It is a crown of domination. The stones were taken from its crest. They are nether stones, imbued with the ability to control the wearer of the crown. The crown's Netherese magic must be the true source of the parasite's abilities. This must be what elevates their potential. And it must be the reason nobody could heal you. If the crown can do this to the parasite, I dare not imagine what it is doing to the brain.
Netherese. These Chosen are powerful indeed to have such magic in their command.
One of them I know, Lord Enver Gortash, an arms dealer and a slaver. a worshipper of Bane, the god of tyranny. The other is a mystery to me, but the way she spoke, it is most likely she follows Baal, god of murder. Ketheric was a follower of Merkel, which means the Absolute is a front for the gods of death, and our enemies are the chosen of the dead three. Bane, Baal, and Merkel. The tyrant, the assassin, and the necromancer. They are known to pick from their most devout followers a chosen, granting them incredible powers. Each one alone would be a formidable enemy. But working together and controlling an elder brain, I dare not imagine what they might achieve. We prepare for the fight of our lives, and the lives of everyone in Faerun. The army of the Absolute is marching on Baldur's Gate. Within the city, an elder brain, brimming with power, ready to turn everyone within its reach into mind flayers. All it needs is an order. An order the Death Gods chosen are on the cusp of giving. We must wrest control of the brain from the chosen before that happens. We must take their stones. Our chances of success are slim, but we must not fail. If we fail, everything ends. I will be your shield, but you must be the sword. And when the chance comes to strike, you must take it, for there may only be one chance.
Тяжелые стальные кости и зубы охватывают грудь и шею доспеха. Он словно гротескный экзоскелет, который одновременно поглощает и защищает владельца. Вес этого молота собран в несущем камне из зачарованного обсидиана у основания головки. Иногда перед сном Китерик бросает взгляд на молот, думает о камне и все гадает, какая неведомая грань его сердца несет вес его самого. В театре сновидений Китерик каждую ночь убивал свою жену. На самом деле все было не так. Но всегда просыпаясь, он долго вглядывался в темноту, длиннолицый и торжественный, и думал: «Я сохраняю тебе жизнь воспоминаниями, любимая. Я убиваю тебя тем, кем я стал». «Папа, я тебя люблю. Твоя и...» Надиктовано писцу Янтусу Энвером Гарташем великий план. Это устремление илитидов, как вида, вернуться ко временам своих былых завоеваний и величия при помощи внезапного массового цареморфоза. В результате этого процесса старший мозг получит в свое распоряжение безжалостную армию рабов илитидов и сможет расправиться со всеми старыми врагами-людьми и гуманоидами, гитьянки и улитаридами. Конечно, это бред и безумие, мания величия вселенского масштаба. И я знаю, как обратить этот план нам на пользу. Мы поможем свежевателям разума притворить их великий замысел в жизнь, но только так, как это удобно нам. И элитиды оправятся в свой священный поход за рабами. Но действовать они будут уже как наши рабы, и мы будем определять, где, как и когда произойдет великая вспышка элитидской инфекции. Точнее говоря, определять это буду я, Гарташ, поскольку управление великим замыслом – это, несомненно, задача для служителя Бэйна. В конце этой книжки о секте Абсолют и опасностях, которые она несет, от руки написан такой ответ на текст. Конечно, у этой наспех написанной чуши были благие намерения. Автор явно трясется от страха перед Абсолют. Но проблема в том, что он увязывает растущую популярность секты с другими вещами – тепловой смертью Вселенной, воскрешением одноглазого лича Векны, распространением некромантических излишеств и даже увяданием некоторых импортных фруктов из чульта. Этому типу хорошо бы выпить стакан воды и прилечь. Лорд Гарташ, Комитет обеспокоенных отцов города хотел бы пригласить вас на официальную встречу в высоком зале для обсуждения краткосрочных и долгосрочных планов экономического развития врат Балдура. 12 числа в полдень будет сервирован обед. Можем ли мы рассчитывать на ваше присутствие? Лорд Хиррилин, председатель комитета. Карта побережья мечей от моря подвижного льда до северной части Амна, включая несколько ближайших архипелагов в море мечей.
You saw Gortash, didn't you? What the fuck was he doing down there? Is all of this because of him? The tadpole, the absolute. How? I'd never have protected a Bainite even a decade ago. I looked after that fucker with my life. I trusted him. He gave me away to Zariel without a second thought. And now he's looking to ruin the entire Sword Coast. He has to die. And I'm gonna be the one who kills him. He can't get away with what he's done. To me. To us. He won't get away with it.
You can imagine
feel like I've been fumbling in the dark for too long, and I've just had a lit torch thrust into my hands. The crown! The one the Elder Brain was wearing. Netherese magic. So pure, so complete, that I didn't even recognize it at first. Most Netherese artifacts contain only the faintest amount of their former power, the ghost of an echo of a memory. That crown was different. I can't fathom how such a wonder survived. Surely everything of its ilk was destroyed along with Netheril itself, but no matter. It exists. I must learn more of it. That crown sits on a gargantuan elder brain bent on destroying us and everything we hold dear. Understanding its true nature might unlock the means of our victory. We need to learn more about what we saw. An artifact as powerful as that crown must have been documented somewhere. As luck would have it, we'll soon find ourselves near one of the finest book collections this side of Candlekeep, Sorcerous Sundries. I need to go there and learn all I can. Ha! Sorcerous Sundries is no mere trading post. It's been serving the arcane community for centuries. Their collection of rare tomes is unparalleled. Netherese texts are hardly commonplace, but I'm certain they'll have one or two stashed away. You'll have to forgive my eagerness, but if my suspicions prove to hold water, this could be the answer to all our problems.
Horrible than you can imagine.
Charmed, I'm sure.
I've got a long road ahead.
Left behind.
I'm glad that's still the case. Gods be damned. With that parasite in his brain, Father could wreak untold havoc in the Absolute's name. Should Baldur's Gate fall to the Absolute, every one of the coast cities will be ripe for the plucking. We're not just fighting for our cure. We're fighting for my father. We're fighting for the Gate. We're fighting for all of Faerun. Worm's Rock Fortress. All travelers to Baldur's Gate flow through it. It serves as headquarters for the Flaming Fist and their commander, my father. The Absolute's army's on the march. Gods forbid a tadpole Grand Duke throw open the gates for them. Orin, I'd never heard tell of, but Gortash I know. Or know of, more precisely. A self-styled strategic advisor to Baldur's Gate's peers. A bit player with dreams of a leading role, the way Father told it. He had no use for Gortash, and even less for his advice. I don't remember much beyond that. But where these Chosen are concerned, I have a suspicion we're about to know more than we'd like. As would I, and more. I was 17. Father, older Ravengard, had just been named a Grand Duke, and was called away to Elturel to help settle a dispute. That's when the Cult of the Dragon made its move.
The Cult of the Dragon, a fractured religion. Some believers hold that undead dragons will inherit the world. Others worship the dragon goddess Tiamat, and intend to summon her to Faerun.
To conjure the Dragon Queen, and lay waste to Baldur's Gate. A 10-day after Father left, I heard a whisper as I slept. Duskhawk Hill, the Queen of Chaos awakens. Go alone. I grabbed a rapier and set out. There wasn't a cloud in the sky, yet not a single star was shining. There they were, gathered at the foot of the hill.
Your head tingles. Will wants to show you what happened. In the looming shadow of the mount, 5 groups of 5 figures each encircle a lofty totem. Atop each totem, a dragon's head is carved, and a massive orb held in its mouth. The cultists chant, first softly, then crying to the starless sky. There is a crack of thunder, a gust of wind, and a dragon's white head appears in the storm. The first of Tiamat's 5 heads. As the maelstrom howls, Mizora's lips press to your ear. She will destroy Baldur's Gate. Grant me your soul and I will give you the power to save it, she whispers.
She read the terms while 2 devils stood witness, and I said yes. 1 soul for 1 city. She didn't. She came on order of her mistress, Zariel. Tiamat made a play for power. Zariel had other plans. That was the most Mizora's ever said. All that mattered was that she got her prize. Another pet added to her warlock menagerie. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. The moment I agreed, I burned with the fires of Avernus and oozed the rot of Dis. The cultists choked on our poisons and burned from our flames. And when we were done, all that remained were 5 greyed orbs atop a pile of ash. My soul was bound, and my lips were sealed. It is the one scar I ever bore of it. Mizora replaced it with a sending stone. She uses it to track my location and speak from a distance. I could flee to the spine of the world, or the depths of the lower dark, and still never shake her. I don't know that it was brave. I just know that it was right. He returned to an unsuspecting city and a wayward son with a smirking devil at his side. I tried to tell him the truth, but my mouth couldn't form the words. I'd led him to the battlefield, but Mizora had swept it clean. I showed him my stone eye, but he only turned away. After, he said only one word: go. So I did. I understand. No, never. He did the only thing he could. In his eyes, I invited a devil into our midst. I was a fool at best, a traitor at worst, and Grand Duke Ravengard suffers neither. More than you know. The better question is, did he ever miss me? If he did, he missed the Will Ravengard he once knew, not the hell-touched warlock he returned to.
Like in there. In the curse.
Helen! Isabel!
I saw your body! I'm here. And so are you. And my father, he can't hurt us any longer. I dreamt every night that you'd come back to me. That somehow it was all a nightmare Dawn would undo. I had no dreams at all. Nothing but darkness. And when I woke, my father said you were dead. His soul was poisoned by the god of death. His sick devotion ruined him. But for all his sins, he brought you back to me. Are you all right? I will be. And you? In this moment, I want for nothing. Ah, there you are. This is Aelin. Aelin, this is... Oh, but we have met. This is the soldier that freed me most valiantly from the Shadowfell. They watched my boot crush the very brain of villainy, and fought well against your changed father. May he rest in peace at last, now that he's dead. I have more to thank you for than I knew, and we have much to discuss. Perhaps we could join you in your camp later? I am. And I'm glad he's dead. But this is precisely what I want to speak to you about later. It'll keep. I promise. Very good. We look forward to it. Now, you will leave us. We must take succor in one another's bodies and words. Aelin! We'll see you later. Begone! I must admire Isabel's fulsome beauty away from prying eyes. Sorry. Begone! Sorry.
With Jaheira to lead us, and you bringing light to the shadows, we might just have a chance.
A curse lifted. The dead three allied once more. The balance shifts. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do Illithids possess souls? Thou shalt think about it now, and I shall give the answer. Mind flayers are soulless. Yet, the three amass an Illithid army void of apostolic souls that could imbue them with power. A flock without souls, yet to what end, mortal? This is the question thou must come to answer. Until such time, be availed of my services. Yes, Bane, Lord of Darkness, Baal, Lord of Murder, Merkel, Lord of Bones. Once judged, ascended, then vanquished as one, and as three. The Alliance is reforged, mortal. The plains thus quake, and the gods shudder.
Where matters of balance are concerned, I am eternally cold. No. Very well.
I should try to cheer them up.
Very well. It's... When Duke Elton formed the Flaming Fist, he sought out people of courage and honor to fill its ranks. You saved Daniel, lifted the curse, and killed an immortal. It's safe to say you'd have been recruited in an instant. Gruff and intimidating. But he had the courage of 10 men, and the love for Baldur's Gate few could match. I don't know if this Duke Ravengard is the same, but I will say this. The Flaming Fist are the cornerstone of the city, and the Dukes are its foundation. I hope you can save him, for the good of Baldur's Gate. When this land fell to the curse, I should have gone with it. Thaniel is the only reason I survived. It's only fair I stay here and wait for him to awaken. I don't think there will be an after. The truth is, the Shadowfell broke something inside me. Something no healer can fix. I don't know how long I have, but because of you, Thaniel is safe. Because of you, I could help him as he helped me. So, thank you, my friend. And know that I have no regrets.
My mom lives in the lower city. If those freaks hurt her, I'll turn them inside out.
What was it like in there? In the curse?
You'd make a fine fist.
I owe you an apology. I saw you as a means to escape, nothing more. But when the sky lit up, when I followed it here, I knew you were behind it. I apologize for not seeing your true worth, and for being, quite frankly, rude in Last Light. I wasn't sure you would. I appreciate it. And that's precisely why I want you by my side in Baldur's Gate. The Iron Hand gnomes are going to save the city, and you can be part of it.
You see a column of fire that dominates the sky in a blazing inferno. Nothing more.
The plan is what it's always been. To bring the work and innovations of the Iron Hand gnomes to every corner of the realm. Problem is, Baldur's Gate is sick. Once the pinnacle of greatness, it's eating itself alive to to save itself from starving. Find me in the city. And once you see what it's become, you'll know that I, and I alone, can stop it.
It'll take time, but this tower's stone will heal. There you are. I was wondering where the devil you'd been. That sounds slimy. Never mind your distasteful predilections. We need to talk about Wulbren. Wulbren and the Iron Hand Gnomes are planning something dreadful in the city. They have rune powder, they have motive. We have to stop them. Because they're a gaggle of vindictive crybabies with no sense of propriety. That is to say, they gabbed about their plans like geese, and I overheard them. Like a very devious goose. With the sword of justice in one hand and the shield of self-righteousness in the other, we most certainly will. To saving the city. And my fool of a friend.
Moonrise has been cleansed. Baldur's Gate is next.
Go home, Marcus, he says.
Don't want to draw any attention. What do we have here?